So, hello everyone. Welcome to the 36th Haifa International Film Festival. And you just watched a movie, Iryna, which directed Nadezhda Koseva, and she's here with us. Hello, Nadezhda.
Hello to everyone.
Thank you for
hello,
being
Asia.
here with
hello,
us.
Haifa. Hello, dear viewers.
So with those, in those not simple days of Corona, it's really great that we can make the festival and speak with you.
Yes.
So for me, I watched the film and it was very touching for me as a woman, as a mother, to watch it. And I wanted to tell you that for me, this film was first of all about forgiveness, because it was the first thing that I was surprised about it, because we used to see in films that if someone cheats on his wife, she's immediately leaves him and okay, now it's a big drama. And here it's kind of the opening almost of the film, and you see that she's going on. And during the movie, you see lots of situation with Chichko, what was his name? Uncle
Varlam.
Varlam, Chichko Varlam. Yeah. It was him also. You watch situation, someone wants to kill someone, and then he, the same way, helps him. So this grayness of the situation, not the black and white colors. Please tell us about it.
Well, thank you for the beautiful words, because actually you really scored 10. I mean, this is all that the film is about. Actually, when I started to work on the script, I knew that I wanted to be about love. And actually, which is something very general, of course. And actually, I started to realize that one of the most precious gifts of love is the gift to forgive. And in our Bulgarian traditions, there is a holiday. It's a Christian holiday just before the Easter fasting, just before the day the Easter fasting starts. So there is a day that we are supposed to ask forgiveness from the people around us. So we say, the younger people tell to older people, please forgive me for anything I did consciously or unconsciously. And then the older people say, I forgive you. But nowadays, actually, this is something that people do not really sincere, but rather mechanically. I don't know the word in English, but like a machine, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay, you say good morning, and then I say forgive me, and then you say good morning, and then you say forgive me. But when you start to think about it deeper, and when you do it sincerely, there is actually a feeling of enlightenment. And it's I think important that it's in the beginning of the fasting before Easter, because this is the first step you make to clean yourself, to try to become a better person. So yes, it's mainly about forgiveness, because it's about love and hope.
Wow. You know, it's so relevant nowadays, because now in Israel we just had the Yom Kippur, which is the same holiday like you described that you have, and it's the same. We ask for forgiveness from each other, but you just said that in Bulgaria it's only the younger people ask of the oldest. It's not vice versa. It's only this way, one way.
It could be, but the tradition is that because of the respect we should pay to older people, that usually first the younger one has to ask from the older one.
Wow. So here it's all the people are asking for forgiveness from everybody. And it's the same that you are describing. I'm just getting a SMS or WhatsApp message. Please forgive me. It was, you know, how far more it can go now. So I totally understand what you're talking about. So you say that for you, love is about forgiveness.
Yeah.
Okay. So please tell me about the women destiny, okay? Because it's the second theme that I felt that I need to talk with you about it, because from the beginning you see a woman who is carrying on her gentle shoulders everybody, her husband, her sister. In the beginning, by the way, I wasn't sure, is it her sister, her friend, or her mother?
Yeah.
You are not saying it till she calls her sister.
Yeah.
So it's, you did it on purpose?
Well, in a way, I like to try to tease and to not show everything from the beginning. You can also say that a scene can start with an establishing total shot, and then the audience knows much easier what's going on, and then you start with the human relationships. But for me, the other way around is much more interesting, to start from a detail and then to guide the audience and to tease, to try to make them imagine, to be part of what's going on. So this thing with the sister, is it the sister, is it a friend, is it a mother, is also kind of a game. But to be honest, I when I started the casting and I found Martina, who is playing the main part, and started to look around her like in a puzzle, to put the other people around her, because it was obvious that she will lead the film. And Cassiel, who is playing her sister, she's a very well-known and gifted actress. Indeed, there is a bigger age gap between them, but they were fitting each other so good that I decided to take the risk and to give her the role of the sister, because they're in the first glance they are alike, like physically, but they're so different, like two different spaces. And this is something that I really wanted to explore. And about women,
By the way, yeah.
About women, it's a very modern topic nowadays, about the equality of women, and about their role in life, in the daily life, in the economical life, in the religious life, in the political life. I was raised by my mother solely, so in a way this film is like a bow to her, a thank you to her, because like Irina, she was carrying our life and me through a lot of difficult situations. But at the end of the day, I started to realize that for me, the biggest power of women is not trying to become equal to men in a way, but to be more feminine, to be strong in their feminine, in our in our feminine way. And becoming a mother is actually the biggest gift we have. And I think that we should not forget it, and but use it.
Wow, I agree so much. Totally agree with you. But tell me about this situation of sister who is living with her sister and husband. Is it something you can meet often in Bulgaria? Because it was kind of strange for me also.
I think that there are circumstances in life when you are like in a trap, financial trap, and you cannot actually choose. And Irina's sister she's quite a character. She's not really walking on the pure ground. She's imaginative. We were imagining her that she's a teacher. She easily falls in love. She's like this kind of character who crushes when she faces real life. So she will never be married, and she will always have to depend on other people.
Wow. So now when we understand what is your position about the women, let's understand about the men. Because when I saw, first of all, the Sasha. So Nadezhda, please tell us about the men characters. Are they really weak as they look like?
I don't think that they're weak. I wish they were a bit stronger than they actually are in the film. But what I really did on intention is this development of Irina and her husband, because actually through the film she's becoming from an eager fighter who is half woman, half man, half child, half grown up, to become more and more feminine through the discovering of love for herself. So this was really did on intention. And the other thing that I did on intention is that Sasha's her character, her husband character, he's somehow weak and not a true person in the beginning, not knowing who he is, what he's doing. But through the film, I do believe that he becomes stronger. And he, paradoxically enough, becomes more mature, more man through the film. I hope I succeeded to do it and the audience can feel it.
Now I understand the scene about buying a bra at the end of the film. Because Irina,
sorry, I misunderstood it.
Irina at the end, almost at the end, she's going to shopping with the lady, with the Sophia lady, and buying a bra. And from the beginning, I couldn't understand why. And now when you're talking about her starting to love herself and becoming a woman, now I understand why this was there. And tell me about the scene with the violin in the bus.
What about it?
It's from the same. Her discovering her soul, her and why? I mean, what is helping her to discover it?
What was important for me is to start the film in a way on an unhuman basis. So in the beginning of the film, they're on the edge of being human. Human-like souls, not human-like physical appearance. And they live in a place where there is probably no hope. That's why the beginning is so dark. That's why the first episode is under the ground, and the first 30 minutes are night, basically. And through the film, the feeling of the life in herself. I'm sorry.
You have a beagle. Wow.
Well, it's not mine. I'm working in a different city, but the friends I'm living in their apartment, they have a very beautiful beagle, and we are friends with her. So just to forward a bit back so you can edit. So the beginning of the film is hopeless in a way. The episodes are during night. the people are like bones. I mean, they don't have flesh, they don't have souls. They are machines working to bring money. But in the development of the film and in the development of Irina character, the growing life in herself makes her feel and makes her realize the gift of becoming a mother. And actually, the Sofia couple, the biological parents, they're somehow also helping her to rediscover life. And if in the beginning of the film the only thing she wants is somehow to escape from that place, at the end of the film, when she has the money and she can choose what to do, she takes the decision to go back to her family.
So if we look at this now, is the main thing the money is what helped her? I mean, because she's already a mother, right? So she could feel the same feelings with her own child, but only now she feels it.
Yes, but it's not about the money at all, of course. It's also about rediscovering the other life.
Which she didn't know exists, right?
No.
And this couple, you choose to show them almost caricature. When we first see them, they are really, I call them for myself the gray people. They are like sitting very still, almost no mimics in the face, and it was even scary. Why did you decide to show this them like this?
I talked and I met a lot of people like the character of the biological mother. So women who are somehow for any reason unable to give birth. And as older they get, because when they're young, they still have hope that somehow it will work. But when they become on the edge of physically being able to give birth, they become hopeless. And it's a very fragile theme, and their minds and their physique is put on a big test. So they're very stressed, very weak in a way, easily going into emotions that are much further than our daily life. So they're very, very fragile. And sometimes being fragile comes to being to put a wall so people don't hurt you easily.
Mm-hmm. And these characters also having a change during the film.
Yeah.
It's like they change each other, right?
Yes, yes.
So
And actually one of the reasons for Irina is meeting this woman, because from being a totally distant person, unknown and kind of cold, they actually save her life. And she's reading her children books when she's in hospital.
mm-hmm.
So they become close.
The next question about the Pippi Longstock. Why? What is this metaphor for you? Why did you choose this specific book?
It was a choice from the scriptwriter Svetoslav Ovcharov. So he wrote it. It was his idea. But in the development of the work on the film, it turned out that Pippi is an extremely important character for Martina, who is playing the main part. Everybody was calling her Pippi when she was little, and this was her like, it was very emotional for her. And of course, she's a brave girl, Pipi. Not
And
like the rest.
Irina also. Actually,
Yes.
all the women are very brave in this thing. Wow. It's very, very interesting when you explain all the levels. It becomes even more. I want to watch the film now again with all the
No, come on.
you know, really, because what I wanted to ask is about the TV. The Sasha is watching TV most of the film, and when you show us the apartment for the first time, I saw this wallpaper of palms, the island. So this kind of escapism. Do you think it's the only way for those people, for hard worker people, to feel hope?
To forget about themselves. It's not about hope. Hope is, I think, something different. But to forget about themselves and their troubles, yes, definitely. There was a fashion, and there is still a fashion of these wallpapers. I don't
No.
know, is it the same in Israel, but in Bulgaria, in the smaller cities, it's like either a very beautiful sunset or a forest or any kind of really beautiful landscape. It's a fashion.
So you said hope is something different. So what is hope for you? It's your name.
It's my name. I think that it's something on the contrary, because when you try to forget yourself and to forget your pain and your problem, you're trying to escape. And I think that we people should do the other way around, look deeper and find the grain of hope inside each one of us, because it's there. We just need to find it.
Wow, I think we need to finish with this because it's very strong. Thank you very much for this interview.
How do you say thank you?
Toda.
Koda.
Toda. Toda.
Toda.
Много благодаря.
Toda, Asia.
Toda, Надежда.